Alright, so our schedule for tomorrow is eat, wash up, change, get ready to go out, meet a businesswoman, eat lunch, meet 3 informants, go to the Yuhei Pavilion, light meal, negotiate. Alright, seems easy enough.
Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and well-structured schedule. You've clearly considered it from every angle.
You're right, at every angle that I skimmed through.
Excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this.
You're so kind.
Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang wakes up and start preparing based on the schedule. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. It will be quite a complicated affair. I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
You mean skip time?
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
No, I was nervous about today.
There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through the schedule you made and tick the items off one by one. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao.
That sounds very difficult.
Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure I'm well prepared for this. No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other. She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for lunch, even one at Lioli Pavilion.
That's a high price
Wouldn't
for
you say?
anything. Why are you spending that much money for lunch?
That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised to see it become so expensive. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest bidder. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend now, they will make back several times
Buy
over
your
in due
time
course.
and not care about the actual concept of caring about what you, as the person, wants.
Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have.
And what insight do you have, Ningguang?
As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora,
Is it
everyone
worth
has
tens
their
of
own
millions of
idea.
mora? I don't think
There
so.
is no standardized way to measure something like this. You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free.
Yes, I get to sit on a 10 million mora lunch for free.
In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora.
I bet it'll look like just a normal meal, but it'll just be super expensive.
There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave.
Ooh, eggs and bacon? That sounds good to me.
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
No, I got lost. I can't take credit for this.
I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chamber's chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long.
Sweet, free food.
What do you think? Is the food to your liking?
I've had better.
Don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food.
Okay.
Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes.
I didn't say that.
On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time.
Ningguang, where is the eggs and bacon I was promised? I don't see it.
Breakfast also isn't
Anyway.
usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself.
No. I told you, I got lost like Zorro in a One Piece episode for like 30 seconds. But actually, yeah. I'm a terrible chef.
Relax, I'm just joking. But I sure probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra dishes to the
I already
breakfast
told
menu.
you this before I sat down to eat this wonderful meal.
You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation.
Sure.
Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise on it.
You want to bet?
If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start working.
I mean, sometimes that's true.
Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Liali Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please?
What about the clothes that you're wearing? You don't need more clothes.
I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits.
Is it gonna be the outfit from the Lantern Rite Festival?
I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll be in my room.
Okie doke.
Hello, how may I help?
I need Ningguang's clothes.
Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. There are all kinds of jewelry and ornaments.
Looks like a big room.
Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you.
It didn't seem like it took that much time.
Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for coming to pick it up.
It's in a gift wrapped box? Are you serious? Too afraid if I give your clothes with my hands?
Did you get it?
Yes, I bought. Sorry, I didn't buy you. I got your box of clothes. Hopefully, it's the right one.
Ah, this is the one. Please, wait for a moment. I believe you've seen this outfit before. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's good to know. Since my character in the game of you is wearing that, so, you know, good to know.
I don't think I asked you what you thought of it at the time, though. What do you think? Be honest. Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident.
Yeah, you look good in anything, Ningguang. Make you happy.
Then it's mere flattery. You pick your moments to wisecrack, don't you? Now I don't know whether to take what you said earlier seriously. I never knew you had such a mischievous side. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very
She
grateful for
ate
any amount of time you
breakfast
can
and
spare from
changed her
me.
clothes. That's it.
Great. Well,
She looks like
let's
she don't
leave
even
the
wanna be here.
formalities aside from now on and make this just a friendly chat. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He
Better
happened to
have
be in
saved his
Liyue
place.
Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with him, too. Do you mind if he sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the illustrious traveler, too.
Yay, free meal.
I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to ask you. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Look at me, getting all overexcited. I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved, too.
Well, guess what? There is.
So, the rumors are true then.
Rumors? About what exactly?
You know, the rumors about the two of you, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler, having a closer than average relationship.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Back it up. We are strictly here for business and food.
You haven't heard?
Who's spreading these rumors? Who do I need to protect Ningguang for?
Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
Because I'm the traveler.
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed
Thank
toward
you.
the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact,
you're
the
happy
timing
she's
is
in your
always
life.
so suspiciously coincidental. I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
She might.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines to make it work?
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder, if the news is spreading like wildfire, who's fanning the flames? I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
Listen to Ningguang.
I see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started in that business.
In my opinion, there are many
Don't
people
start
around
that
with
business
ulterior
whatsoever.
motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every mora you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
You think so too, huh? Okay, got it. If that's what both of you think, I'll take my time and not rush into anything. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in getting involved with. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Good.
She didn't ask very
I'm
many
glad
questions.
I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed. It would take me a very long time to come anywhere close to your level.
You're damn right.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored?
I mean, sorta.
Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you?
No, not at all.
Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, I suppose I'll have to start looking over my shoulder. Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
What a waste of 10 million Mora.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although...
Dinner plans?
I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along. Good, then let's do that. There are some slippery characters among the bidders, you see. So, even though my secretaries are very capable and experienced, I still can't help worrying for them a little. Come on, the auction is being held at Yujing Terrace.
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here?
We're here to see the auction.
I couldn't help but feel a little concerned. So I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready and people are starting to arrive. I think we should be able to start on time.
Very good. I think I'll host the auction myself.
Huh?
Who better to
You
host
want
the
to do
auction
it
than Ningguang?
yourself?
Yes, just in case anything untoward happens. I can take care of it myself.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you. But we'll be sure to lend our full support behind the scenes.
Have you attended an auction before?
Yeah, I've watched one from
Well,
sidelines.
would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course. Just experience the atmosphere.
So just exist? Okay.
All right then. Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. Check out the items up for bidding and see if there's anything you might be interested in. It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off. Yes? What is it? That's for you to make a considered judgment on.
I don't think they're worth anything.
It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting, don't you think?
I'll bid for the vase.
Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. If the bids go beyond what you can accept, then you let someone else take it.
Or I just break the item that I wanted and then...
Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do is identify the person who values the item the most. Yes, you should look forward to it. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 Mora. That's 10,000 Mora for the teacup.
I'm not paying 10,000 more for a teacup.
20,000!
30,000.
You people are stupid.
50,000.
30,000.
80,000. 80,000 over here.
80,000. Wow.
I'll raise that to 100,000!
120.
Was I supposed to bid? You seem very determined.
All
sir.
right, 150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
150 once?
170?
180,000.
You guys are idiots. For a teacup. For a freaking teacup.
180 once? 180 twice?
So,
180.
to the moron
Sold.
for 180,000 Mora.
It's mine now.
Great. It's probably only worth like 500 Mora.
Okay then. Moving straight on to the next lot. You seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go home with anything. Of course it did. That's because I didn't come here to sell my things. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could fetch such a huge price at auction. Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers? I'm sure they'll give you the answers you're looking for.
That their stuff is not even valuable and it's junk.
Today wasn't my day. Didn't manage to snag much. There were too many bidders, and they all seemed like experts to me. I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction. Someday, I'll be the lucky one.
Don't worry, man. There always will be another auction.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted.
I got the item.
Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
No, it just makes you a moron.
Huh? You want to know why I paid so much?
Yes.
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Because the previous owner was Lady Ningguang.
Wow.
Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just because I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know how to appreciate it.
The item looks ordinary.
But
It is
I
ordinary.
figured I'd buy it first, then go get it appraised by an expert. Then I'll be rich.
You'll be so sad to find out that item wasn't even worth your time.
Well, did you find the answer yet? That's certainly part of it, but every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, is faith in me really the only factor in their appraisal of the item's value?
Yep, that's what they told me.
You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction. Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction.
It's, not worth my time.
As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these? They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction. Every bid was voluntary.
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
She didn't scam anybody.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly I went wrong.
You...
You lied.
Fine! Yes, technically, it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss.
Yeah, because you assumed.
But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Yes.
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items unaccounted for. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and pass through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
This was all a setup. Now give her back her stuff.
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of. So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust, or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions.
Hand them over.
If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense.
So, I'm never ever gonna mess with you.
I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual sentiment.
Right.
At most, a little childish perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile?
The explosion?
Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains.
Sure.
Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of merchants' greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it.
No, it's not childish. You just want
Thank
your
you
stuff
for
back.
understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so special. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
Toodaloo.